I would say that they are the same thing. Black people and transsexuals. They're both social outcasts for a reason. I would say it's questionable whether to bring a child up in that environment. Like, yeah, like either give them hormone blockers or raise them by black people or something like that. I mean, I've seen. I lean towards not doing that. I watched a Louis Theroux documentary about that, and in some of the cases, it seemed like the right thing to do, and in other cases, it did not. Like he followed a bunch of families of young, like gender bender children, you know, like before they were like trans, like all that's like the jury's still out on all those things. I mean, I would never raise a child. I'd be a terrible father. With between my substance abuse and my selfishness, that would be a terrible place for a kid to grow up. I would be like watching Star Wars and playing Super Mario World on two screens, and the kid would come up and be like, "I'm hungry." I'd be like, 1 minute. Fuck. All I'm saying is that trannies should be able to shit in the bathroom if they want to. I think that's okay. And, I'm not even talking about unisex bathrooms. I'm saying if you don't let trans people use the bathroom of their choice, then you're inviting a man in a dress to pull his dick out in front of your son at the urinal. So that in itself is inviting a man in a dress pulling his dick out in front of his kid in the bathroom and take a piss instead of going into the women's bathroom and use the stall. Am I right? You guys, am I right? Dude, I listen to the fucking. You ever listen to Where the Hood At? DMX. Where the hood at? You know what I'm talking about? Oh, that nigga in the car where the wood's at. The entire song is about how much he hates gay people, and that was like a #1 hit in the 2000s. It's just telling how black men are willing to discriminate against other people, considering that they still face discriminate. It's like you're getting bullied, so you bully another person. Like that's like you guys and gay people, like to draw attention away from them. Anyway, another thing that I hate about the old is that they ruined Stephen Colbert. I mean, I don't watch his show anymore because it's this night show and it's for old people and it sucks. He's kind of funny. Like I liked I forgot about some of the shit that I was saying. I fucking hate Steven Crowder so fucking much, though. He's the biggest fucking piece of shit that I've ever seen. You take statistics out of context, you take fucking, individual anecdotes, and you blow them out of proportion, and it's not even like his opinions are like that fucking far out that I like pissed at him at. Like he's a pretty mainstream conservative. It's nothing shocking what he says. It's just that he personally is a piece of shit. Ben Shapiro's at least semi-consistent with his, bullshit, and he's a reasonably intelligent person. I mean, I don't think he's all right. I think he's just conservative. Did you ever watch that Gathering of the Juggalo shit? I would go to that, even though ICP is the gayest fucking shit in the world. It's just a big ass party out in the woods. There's wrestling and there's fucking getting fucked up and getting stoned and fucking each other, and they do fucking hardcore wrestling matches. It's funny. I mean, I don't care if they were mad. I mean, I'm not judging them. Well, I guess I am a little bit, but I'd still go to their thing and not like judge them for that. My point is, you don't have to wear the makeup. It's like I've never put anything up my ass, and I've never worn makeup for the same reason. It's the same. It's the same reason for both. Is that I don't want to find out I like it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I don't want to find out that it's like the shit. Not no pun intended, but like I don't want to find out like holy shit, I love stuff up my ass, and then all of a sudden I got to start like washing toothbrushes, and once you pop something up your ass, you don't stop. And the fun doesn't stop either because you're tickling your prostate. And same thing with wearing makeup. Like if I wear makeup, then maybe I'll realize that I like to be a pretty girl. And that's going to be a whole set of other fucking problems for me. I mean, I don't want to be a pretty girl because it's too hard. You know what I like is that women have tricked themselves into thinking that they need to wear makeup. That's the greatest trick the devil ever pulled. The devil being men. No, actually, really, it's other women. Like men are gonna fuck you anyway. But now there's a multi, fucking $100 billion industry where women like can't even go to work without putting on makeup, or else they feel like shit about themselves. And that shit is expensive too. I mean, you buy a bra, you're good for a while. You just wear the same bra every day. That's what I would do if I was a chick. Just have sweaty titties. I had to fight a lot. I was a fat kid growing up. There was a period in my life where I wasn't fat from like, I don't know. It wasn't long, but I've been fat most of my life. But once you have enough fights in like elementary and middle school and shit, you gotta slam some people's heads into some lockers, and you gotta, I did that to a kid once, and he stopped fucking with me. Like, and I remember, some kid kept talking shit. Probably, I don't know what he's saying. Probably about being fat, and he kept going and going and going and going. Until the point where I kept telling him like, "Look, dude, shut the fuck up and knock it off. I'm serious." And he kept going. So I took one of those giant textbooks in the middle of class, and I fucking grabbed it and I fucking swung it as hard as I could, and I just wailed him across the head with it. The only thing you can do to stop a bully, which is, if I ever have a child, I'm going to teach this to him, is you have to use extreme physical violence. And there were plenty of kids that I could have bullied, like to draw the attention away from myself, but I knew how bad it felt to get fucked with, and I knew that it was wrong, so I never did it. Like, we had this fucking big fat kid in our high school. And he had the biggest lisp ever. He was obviously gay, but he like for all of high school, he just refused to admit that he was gay. He was on the cheerleading squad. I shit you not. He still would not admit that he was gay, and his name was Matt Gidcombe. It was Gidcom, Matt Gidcombe, and I fucking stayed away from that. That's like a low-hanging, delicious strawberry. It's like a succulent. It's a succulent pomegranate hanging over your head. Like, there were kids who were lower than me on the fucking. Like, I was not the bottom of the barrel when it came to bullying. There was a kid who came to school every day, and he was fatter than me, and he like smelled like cigarette butts and fucking. Dude, he was so fat, and I remember, oh shit, dude, this is so fucking funny. Oh god, dude. There was a class assignment for us where we had to like come up with an invention and model it, like show how it would work for like science class. And his invention was to make a machine that would go around his room and pick up all of the wrappers. I swear to God. Everybody in the class was fucking speechless. His name was John Mack. So, of course, he's Big Mac. And he just had this horrible fat cigarette smell about him. And even I would defend that kid to a point, but he was just so, like, that kid had a rough go of it. I mean, I had friends in elementary school still, even though I got bullied, I still have friends. It's very probably true that we don't have any kind of free will. If we're all just particles in motion. Ever since the Big Bang, every cosmic movement has already been determined because of physics. I think we're basically passengers on a cosmic railroad while our conscious mind thinks about and comments about the decisions that have already been made well in advance. I mean, neurologists are all saying that. Like, they hook up shit to your brain and they figure that out. Like that, and then it just goes through this predetermined, you know, like seconds before we already even realize the decision that we made. You know, when we're given an option of something, we have already made a decision before we like even realize that we've done so. What I'm saying is, I think that most probably our conscious mind is basically the illusion of free will. Nice talking to you. Bye.